Yeah.
Right, we ready?
Yeah.
I think you want to sit next to this boy. Horrendous.
Yeah, I know. I've been there.
Yeah, that's how you guys just left this seat empty. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is where you're sitting, you know.
Yeah, because
right.
I needed a
A break.
I needed a buffer. A buffer to chase it.
It's alright, man. It's all good. It's all good.
What a team.
We're back. Anton, Blackdadslives. Thought we'll bring in a special guest, who is my father.
Thank you.
Nice to have you.
What we're calling today, is it J-Mo? Tony?
Yeah, just stick with J-Mo, yeah.
J-Mo. J-Mo. My father, J-Mo. So, welcome to the pod.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're more than welcome.
And it's me, Dash, my son's favourite dad. Dash. Why are you laughing, bro?
Because there's a B in here and you're Sorry, I couldn't help it.
I looked right and I was thinking, what's wrong with Dash? Like what is it? And it's a killer bee that's in the room, innit? It's tiny, that wasp though.
Bro, it doesn't matter how tiny it is. I don't like them.
Alright.
Sorry.
Do you want to remove it before we continue, or?
Nah, it should be fine.
Now keep it out.
Now keep
all
it in.
this
Keep
in. All of this in.
All this in.
No matter how many times he gets stung, keep rolling. Keep rolling. Coming for your throat, Jordan. Coming for your throat.
Here we go. No. Is it? Wait. Where is it now? What is it?
He's gone to Dash.
Yo,
Carlos, man, introduce yourself. Why, Carlos? Why are you attracting bees, man?
And it's me, Carlos, Simply Dad, Rasta Dad.
just jokes. Yo, it's me, Young Idris. You know the vibe. You know who it is. Let's get it.
And today we're doing a subject that's actually what Dash came up with, and I think it's going to be a good one, to be fair, but on inequality in parenting. So you can start off the discussion if you want.
Yeah, so to be fair, I just always think about parenting, like obviously parenting, a lot of the time it is two people. Sometimes it's only one, unfortunately, but
sometimes it's more.
Yeah, sometimes it's more, but do you guys feel there is like some form of equality in parenting, or do you feel like it's inequality?
I still think there's a bit of inequality in parenting. Do you know what I mean? And it's a bit traditional. Are we talking about roles that parents are playing, or just in general?
In general.
Yeah, because I still think there's a lot there, to be fair. Even in the roles, like on waiting till your dad gets home. Like I remember getting them lyrics when I was younger, and boy.
Now we have to get rid of the wasp.
Yeah, we need to get rid of this wasp.
How is it now?
So, is it in general? Are we asking about parent inequality as in like gender roles? So like traditionally men stay at home, women go to work, or we're talking about like discipline?
What? No, that's the wrong way around now, bro. Women stay home, men go to work.
That's what I said, didn't it? That's not what I said. What did I say?
Men stay at home, women go to work.
Oh, that's just what I'm hoping for. Yo, I could 100%. I could be a stay-at-home dad. I did it during lockdown, yeah. And granted, my kids were a bit older then, but yeah, I would have loved to for me and Laura to be in a position where I could have stayed at home.
And you just be the house husband.
Yeah.
Kept man.
Yeah.
Give a little allowance.
Yeah. I'd love that, you know.
Nice.
But then that's equality, then, eh?
But it doesn't happen.
No,
it didn't happen. But I'd love that if that would have happened.
You want to be a kept man?
Eh?
You want to be a kept man, basically. So your father's raised a kept man. Is that what we're saying?
If you want to say that, I would say that I would have loved
until
the chance.
Until that happened, didn't it? And then when it has to be the norm, then you wouldn't like it.
If it's forced upon me, you mean?
Yeah.
So other than you go when now Laura wants to approve everything you do because you're the kept man.
Well, is that what you do as a
I'm about to say, I don't approve what Laura does.
Is that what
I'm
you
saying.
do?
If I go out and I'm the breadwinner,
yeah,
and I'm giving my wife an allowance every month,
An allowance.
An allowance.
That's what I said. I said
I thought it's just like you sharing money.
I said, do you want an allowance?
No.
Right.
You said
I don't
yes. You said,
I'd rather just...
play the tape back.
Yeah, I would have loved to for me and Laura to be in a position where I could have stayed at home.
And you just be the house husband.
Yeah.
Kept man.
Yeah.
Give it an allowance.
Yeah. I'd love that, you know. You said... No, you said...
I said, do you want an
can I
allowance?
just say... One sec. Jason, you said, would you want to be a kept man?
I also said, do you want an allowance?
So,
I said that question specifically.
But I just put them into one. So when you said, do you want to be a kept man? Yeah, damn right. Do I want an allowance? No.
Okay, so just play back when you said yes a minute ago, and then put it in. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. So you change your mind, basically. What you're saying?
If you like.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to have an allowance, but then again, in the same breath, I wouldn't give my missus an allowance either if she was in that state. I think it would just be that we share our money in it rather than so you're allocated a certain amount of money to spend within a month.
But then, so just play devil's advocate. So you bring all the money, yeah, and Laura spends it all, right? Then you got no money. Wouldn't that piss you off?
Yeah, but it's communication, so it's having a discussion about that.
I want the new Gucci bag.
You can't get a new. That was a short discussion, but yeah. That would be the discussion that I would have had. I want a new Gucci bag. You can't have a new Gucci bag.
Get a job.
Get a job.
That's Sorry.
It's not fiscally correct.
No, but that's just
okay.
Fair point.
That's what my point is. But going back to what I was saying, like during that whole year off maternity leave, because it's not normally now where you'll get one parent that stays at home traditionally, is it? And then one parent goes to work. Normally the mum might stay at home for up to a year, having maternity leave, and then she'll go back to work, whether it's full-time, part-time, whatever that looks like for your situation. So I'm just saying that I wouldn't have minded having that, and I think the law's changed a bit now, whereas
you can actually share it.
You can share maternity/paternity leave, can't you?
To me,
so, like, you could
say
split that time.
like if you're splitting it, to me it just all depends on who's
the breadwinner.
Yeah, who's the breadwinner?
Yeah.
If like your job or what your job allows, because some people might have just started a new job, and they're like, okay, you can't get maternity leave until you've been here for say like a year.
Yeah.
So in those circumstances, you probably encourage the man to take it because his job will allow him to, whilst he still can bring in two incomes to the household, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Whereas if it was just a case of, I feel like, do you know when women initially take maternity leave, then I feel like they try and do the most because they're at home looking after the kid. They're probably still thinking, because I'm at home, I need to like wash and clean and just basically keep on top of the house.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what women feel.
Yeah,
like
some women feel.
But then,
why are you saying it?
I'm saying you need to be particular and say some.
But then, when they go back into work, it's like they're still trying to do everything else, and it's not possible to do everything.
But do you know? There's a you can look at it like that. That was a traditional way. Say for me growing up in my era, where it was expected for my sort of parents at the time, and that the woman would be at home.
Yeah,
she'd look after the children. But I think that it's changed now, hasn't it? I think because there's more equality. That's sort of played out where the views have changed and people now. Generally, they'll look at it differently, where they share the weight, where and some men do prefer to share the weight because some men, cooking, for example, some men like to cook, and because they like to cook, they don't mind doing that.
From what I see of the women in my life, they are all for equality until it's some shit they don't want to do.
Wow.
Yeah, facts. Quote me on that, right? For example, my wife is all for equality. Yeah, we do things together. There's no real his and hers job in the house. We all cook, we all clean. Some more than others, right? Until it's come to a job which is defined as a man's job,
like the bins.
Yeah, the bins. Taking the shopping in. Moving the pram out the car. Anything that requires any physical
strength.
Yeah, strength. Right? It's like. It's a man's job, so I feel like it's cool to be, to have equality until.
So when you are falling short with those duties, do you feel less of a man?
There you go. Great question. That is a great question.
Okay.
No, because like, so if we're also being serious as well, I feel like that role as the stereotypical man, right? I feel like that in itself is quite toxic because you do place your worth as a man and and the respect you deserve as a man on such stupid menial things. You know what I mean? For example, I am not very good with doing. Fixing pipes and some guys DIY. Okay, so I'm not very good at DIY. If I need things doing, I'm like, Anton, I'll pay a guy. Do you know what I mean? Right?
You guys are dick, I do DIY,
Big up yourself, right? but seriously, yeah.
No, he said that. I think what you were saying was like that he does DIY.
No, we're saying it does. I thought you pay a guy.
I thought you said that you pay the guy.
No, I pay a guy. Anton
also does the same.
Yeah, Anton
Let's
also
do it.
You-
I don't know. This is
No, listen, I'm joking.
This is what it's like.
Seriously, okay, cool. So, I've got a toolbox, right? But if I need a drill, yeah.
Is it a basic toolbox?
Yeah, I mean, it's got a few screwdrivers in there. Yeah.
a very clean
Yeah,
toolbox.
man. Never used before. You get me? No pieces missing. Everything's there. You get me? So there you go, right? So there you go. If I need a drill, yo, Carlos, can I borrow your drill, please, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them guys. You get me? I can hang a picture up, but if I need to, if I sing something,
if you need to drill a hole, then you need to.
Nah, I can drill a hole.
No, but you need to get the drill.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is like a guy will say, "Go on, man, have a toolbox." Things like that, innit? Like my neighbours always taking the piss out of me for not having a toolbox or being a manly man.
But that's
I've
cool,
got a job.
though.
He's not got no goddamn job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah?
Shots fired.
But what do we place our worth on as a man? Is what I'm saying.
I don't think that you can. I mean, because that's cool, yeah. Because not every man can perform tasks in DIY.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. It's also like, for instance, I mean, I do the majority of the cooking, if not all the cooking in my household.
Yep.
And that's simply because I really enjoy cooking.
Yeah.
So
And mum doesn't.
And well, no, she doesn't. I mean, she'll do it. She can do it.
She can, but she doesn't enjoy it. You enjoy it.
Right.
Someone enjoys doing it.
Let them do it.
Yeah. Power to you, innit? So you let them do it, innit? That's what you
absolutely.
enjoy.
But then in the same breath, you don't clean.
No. I
No.
have to say.
But then
I mean,
that's
I do if it needs doing. No, if she's
Yeah,
not there, and
if she's not there,
then I'll do it.
But then obviously, you
but that's
define
the
the
roles.
roles in
That's
the
the
household.
thank you.
Yeah,
And that's what my point is. That's what I'm
Like,
saying. Yeah.
Well, it's all about sharing the workload.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
So-
And it depends. Sharing the workload, and are you happy to do the workload that you provided? Because if you're sharing workload and you don't like doing a set thing, then
Whereas my mum, she doesn't like cooking, but cleaning isn't an issue for my
Yeah,
mum.
so she don't
So
mind
she'll
doing
just
it.
be happy, like, oh, Tony, yeah, you do all the clean, you do all the cooking,
Okay,
and
and
yeah,
I'll
I'll
do the
clean.
cleaning. So
Do
that's
you know what I
why
mean?
it
So it
works,
works.
innit?
Yeah.
Whereas set people be like forcing the missus to cook. The missus can't
Can't
even
cook.
cook anyway.
Yeah.
But yet they're forcing and thinking, right, there's no point.
And then they're getting upset that they're eating bland food.
You trust
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
But also, you see, the men do these other things where they're forced to, because the woman, as in, we're the spider catcher. Yeah, a big spider. We've got if you're unfortunate enough to have mice in your household, then we're the mice catcher.
I'm not.
I mean,
You see,
I was
that's
with you on spiders. I was with you on spiders.
You would expect the man to deal with it, innit? But
Yeah, I'm gonna call somebody.
Call somebody.
I'm not catching a goddamn mice.
But hold on. If you're in a situation right where you don't want to catch that mice
So I'm buying a cat.
or mouse, 'cause
buying
I don't
a
know how many you've got,
cat.
right? You don't want to catch that mouse. Your missus, she definitely is not going to catch that mouse.
That's it.
Is that mouse just going to be like, well, I'm glad you both are scared of me because
I'm running your house now.
I'm here to stay.
I'm gonna say,
nah,
listen,
yeah.
I'm here to stay.
Someone's dealing with it.
baby, stay off the floors tonight. Stay off the floors tonight. Yeah. First thing in the morning. Yeah. I'm going to bean you.
Yeah.
Get a few mice catchers.
Yeah, but then what you gonna do once it's caught?
I'm gonna call my mum.
Your mum?
I've got them.
Yeah, I'd call my dad though. Still.
So there was one time, yeah, in my back garden, innit, right? There was a dead rat in my back garden, innit?
Yeah.
I've seen the dead
In your
rat.
sorry, when you say in your back garden, as an adult in your own house.
In my house,
Right,
maybe last year.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
last
There was a
year,
dead
last
mouse in
summer.
my garden because I knew there's a rat infestation on another guy's house. I'm guessing he took the poison there and it's come to my yard to die, right?
Yeah.
So it's dead in my yard, didn't it? I'm with Carlos in my back garden, yeah? Dead rat there, Carlos. Yeah? I didn't move the rat.
Did Carlos move the rat?
It's not my house.
That's valid. Totally valid.
What?
Laura moved the rat.
Carlos is not moving the rat.
See, that's what I'm saying.
but it wasn't my house, so I didn't have to move it. My work came
Now, okay, so if the rat was in your garden,
I'd have to move it.
so why wouldn't Laura move it?
No, just moved it.
Laura would have moved it, to be fair.
Yeah, Laura would move it. Oh, you're lucky.
Laura likes. Well,
See,
Oh, she likes
Likes it. Don't leave, because that's Laura.
I will change that to Laura's had that type of pet before, but not a rat.
A
but
cat.
like
Blinking
hamsters and
mouse,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So she's used to handling stuff
just an
like
extension
that.
of a hamster.
rodents.
Yeah.
Just an extension. Nah, it's
To be
exactly.
fair, I remember one time I was leaving my house, opened the door and seen a rat. Taking consideration and just moved. I thought, nah, people leaving rats outside my house. I was like, vexed and that. I was like, right, who's left the rat? Obviously, like, I took a picture, sent it to my dad. My dad's like, oh, it just looks like a cat's got it because I can see like the scratch marks. I was like,
Oh.
so then just got the shovel, picked it up and threw it in a bin down the road. But
Down the road, you
No,
know.
no, not your.
round throwing in my bin. I didn't know if he was dead. Could have just been stunned or tricking us, innit?
Tricky, yeah. Just playing dead like a possum.
Yeah. So I just picked it up, hit shovel, threw it down the road, and I thought, yeah, that's cool. It was massive, man.
Out of sight, out of mind, eh? Yeah.
Alright, so here's a question then. Is for example, is there any in your household, apart from the cooking and the cleaning, so is it the cooking is stereotypically a woman's job, is there any other areas that you feel that it's just reversed? And how do you feel like about that? Does it bother you as a
No,
And I'm
no.
mad.
I mean, I can't think of any off the top of my head that's been reversed. That's cooking's probably the main one. But I mean, I'm the DIYer.
Yeah.
I do all that. No, there's nothing really. You know, I think we share a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We do. We share a lot of stuff.
That's one thing that I'll say, like, for my mum, like, with Laura, for instance, she's got a bit better now, so with recycling, she'll take it out more. But with the bins, like, especially when it's bin day, and you've got to take the bins to the edge of out of the garden.
Wake up in the morning and think, bins.
Yeah, and, like, I know that's just my job, innit?
Yeah,
because
like, no matter what,
if
you don't do that job,
it's not gonna
the
happen.
bins ain't going out.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
Well,
Laura will be like,
I got to put my hand up, you know. Got to put my hand up for that because on the taking out of the bins, Karen does that on a regular basis. No, she does. She
Are
takes
you
it
even
out.
a real man?
I mean,
Like,
you know that
Is that because of the timing of it?
Yeah, it's
or-
not.
thank
that's
you.
what I was about to
Thank
say,
you.
the timing of it,
because
or what?
she leaves at that time precisely every day to go work.
yeah, fair enough.
And it makes sense, you know. I mean, they have this rule and people break it not to leave your bins out
Overnight.
overnight.
Yeah, is
Yeah,
that what they're saying?
yeah, that's actually a ruling. Where,
So you
where
say
it's,
swing it in your house now as well.
I do the bins anyway.
Yeah,
so it's one of them.
but it's not
Isn't it?
fully enforced, say in
Yeah,
Manchester or you know where perhaps in boroughs of London, you know they're gonna fine you or something.
Yeah.
But
Mine are bothered,
she
to
would
be fair.
tend to take it out. And I mean, after all, it's not a biggie because the bins are on wheels.
Yeah.
So you just
No.
You say that, but
Sometimes they can be
That's
heavy.
You know,
long, man. Taking out the bins is long. How many bins do you have at your house?
we have 4.
We've got
I've got 4
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And on them days when it's 3 bins,
3 bins. We only have a 2-bin day.
two.
nah, ours in
Yeah.
my mind's free.
I
Like,
like-
you
I
have
like-
to-
We only have a
Ours
2-bin
always
day.
and
two.
then
Yeah.
mine's two
Yeah,
tops.
free.
yeah,
No, mine's 2 tops.
You guys get good service.
But then, to be fair, like, with my dad, their bins are there and they're on the top of the driveway and you take them to the end of the drive.
Yeah,
It's not
same,
far.
same.
Whereas with mine, I'm on a trek right down the bottom of my garden.
okay.
Yeah.
And he's
then
got a
I've
rather
to-
long garden.
Yeah, it's
Listen, yeah. Listen, money
I didn't say that in front of this guy, you know.
Listen, let me tell you about your son, yeah. Let me tell you about your son, okay? Your son finds some way to brag about money.
Okay.
I don't even know. I don't have no money.
Like last episode, we're talking about what was it, activities. I just have to pay for my kids in it, like, do you know what I mean? Just he did the actual motion as well.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, now, well, we
Didn't learn that from his dad.
we need to put that episode out before this one.
Aaron can figure it out.
You just sort that out, Aaron. Edit it somehow.
Yeah, nah, so go on, at the end of your very long garden.
No, it's just a trek down to my bins, innit? And then, but luckily we've got alleyway which is gated at the back.
And so the community is also gated.
So it's alright, so we can leave them out there on the night before. So I
In
just
the
wanted to
alleyway,
put-
see, the bin man coming in the alleyway.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. And they just come down the alley and take
Yeah,
it.
but okay, taking the bins out. What about bringing them in?
I've got to do that again.
Yeah.
So I go the night before because I can leave them out overnight, and I put them out because by the time I wake up in the morning, they've already been past my house.
Yeah.
So if I miss it the night before in the morning,
It's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
yeah, unless I wake up at like 5, like getting hot sweats, going, oh, did you put the bins out?
Yeah.
And then run down to the run down the garden.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
Woke up and
And take the bin.
Yeah.
You ever chase them down the road?
Nah.
I'm not doing
Nah, I'm not
that.
doing that.
I've chased
You
them.
know what I've done, yeah? If they come down on one side of the road, I just take it across
Oh,
to the
yeah,
other side.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
when I come back, he gets tuck in it. But one time they didn't take it. I thought, nice. Having a laugh in it. So I wrote a little email to them and said, you didn't collect my bins. I left them out on time. Then came back in the weekend.
Well, just
collected
for
them,
you?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. No, but they'll do that. They'll do that.
Doing it. The bin was full in it. So.
No, that's good. That.
Yeah.
But
Ah,
to be fair, I'm not
the
gonna lie. My neighbours, they take out my bins.
Yeah, my neighbours.
More
I do the
often
same for my neighbours as well.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Right.
No, mine's
if I'm
not.
doing
Mine's
that,
up to
if I'm
date.
But do you know
taking my
what,
bins
yeah?
out and they're not taking
Do you know
theirs
what's
out.
funny? I thought they was doing me a favour, yeah. But one time, like 5 o'clock in the morning, about to go to the gym, I could hear some rustling. I'm thinking, what's that noise in it? Thinking it's mice or something in the house.
Nah, not
Looking
so
downstairs,
many
looking
people.
downstairs. And then I seen the light flashing outside, so I could see that someone's outside. And basically, they took out one of the bins. And when I looked at the bin, thinking, this bin wasn't that full. Obviously, they've been putting stuff in our bins, innit?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's why they've been taking out the bins.
Yeah, I
so
don't mind
they
that.
just fill up the bin.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
But because I heard they seen the light come on, they didn't take out the rest of them. So
Ah!
why you just take out the rest of them?
Yeah, because they've not
Then they
used the
use
rest
it.
of it. They only used
yeah,
that one.
exactly. That's what was cheeky.
It's cheeky.
Nah, that is.
You might as well just do all of it.
I mean, you know, at least they've taken out the bin that they've used.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
have to be appreciative of
I
that.
should have just took all of them, man.
I mean, no one takes my bins out. My neighbours do not take my bins out. You
Has
know,
it always been a case
randomly.
though?
Nah, mine are locked up, so no one's getting in my back way to get to my
Okay,
bins.
yeah,
You get me? Oh, but there was one thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about something, and it was just an idea that was on my mind, innit?
And Aaron's too.
But at what age would you let your daughter
Awesome.
or son, and that's okay, daughter or son, but would that change depending on the gender?
Yes.
Have somebody sleep overnight at your house. Like when I say somebody, I mean not a sleepover with their friend, like a boyfriend, girlfriend scenario.
They're doing they're doing a dance with no pants.
They're doing a dance with no pants. Well, you assume they're gonna do the dance with no pants because it's your house,
will
innit?
teenage, you know what I'm
You know
saying?
what?
So at what
It's
age?
difficult. That is difficult because at the end of the day, they'll find a way in it.
Nah, they will find a
Whether
way.
it's underneath your roof or someone else's roof or not under any roof at all.
So are you?
Whoa!
Nah, it's true though.
That's the
It's
reality
true
of
in
it,
parks
like-
and things. So are you then on the side where you'd
Bro.
rather let it happen under your roof because then you know what's happening and where everything's happening and that you feel safe with it?
Happening, but
Or-
I don't know what's
Alright.
happening.
That's what I'm saying.
So let me ask you the question, Anthony.
Me?
Because you're gonna go through it before any of us, right? And you've got a
You
boy
never know, you know.
and a girl, right?
True say.
So you answer the question first because I feel like me as a father of a daughter is a very different answer to me as a father of a son. I'm just being honest.
Really?
100%.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a difference there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. And
Of course
my
there's
dad's
a
got
difference.
boys and girls as well, so he's probably.
Oh, there you go as well. Yeah. So
Yeah.
from experience, I'm sure something you've
But,
been through.
you know, if I can jump in before Anton,
yeah, no, please.
and say that the whole thing, right? You got to think about the upbringing of your children, yeah, and what you've imparted in them in the first place, and how you brought up, how strict you might or might not have been. So it depends on their little morals that you've given them.
Instilled,
Yeah. My children knew, right? I don't even think I had to say. They knew that this is not happening. This is not a thing. You know, you're not going to male or female.
Yeah, we knew. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just no. It's just.
We didn't ask. I don't think anyone asked.
No one never asked. No one.
No one
It
asked.
just wasn't even brought up because it just knew it wasn't a thing. So it just didn't, But you see, I don't want to get too serious, but if I get a little bit serious, when you do get some children and parents, right, that the young girl will bring around a boyfriend, the mother and father, or maybe just a single parent, depending, would allow that boyfriend to stay, yeah, and then you think about the general relationship, the general respect of that child to the parent. You can say that, at least if I know it's under my roof, then I know what's happening, I can control it. Well, you actually can't control nothing, and you're actually giving it a thumbs up by allowing it to happen. So it's that whole general respect thing. It's how how you want to bring your children up, how you want to be perceived by your children. And for you to say no doesn't mean that they should suddenly sort of rush out there and, if I'm not going to do it here, I'm going to do it in the park, or I'm going to do it somewhere else. It's sort of why am I saying no? There's a reason behind it, yeah. And even when you talk about age, now I'll be very uncomfortable. If you're 25, then okay,
but even then
you're
it's still
responsible.
like...
Yeah, it's a 16, a 15, 17, dodgy, 18.
So
it's always dodgy.
Never a thought.
Not dodgy.
16, 17.
I know what that's saying, right? But then.
Alright, so go on, Anton, then you give
Sure,
us
people.
you give us game now, Anton, yeah? You go and tell him like you're better in the yard, innit, bro? Yeah? You're at work, Dad. Okay.
No, not when I was obviously not when I was in school, innit? Not then times like obviously after school at a certain age when I was working.
When you knew that your parents are out working. So,
yeah, you could just slip in and slip out again and do them things there.
Well,
but that's different.
If I don't know,
That's what I'm saying,
about it,
what you don't know don't hurt you.
Do you know, boys will be boys.
But then we're talking about staying over, innit? So that's different.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
It's different.
With knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh right, I was gonna say. So
So you got girls staying in the yard that was there?
no, but what I would say, it's different, innit? No, stop looking at that anyway. But take it back to me now, yeah. With mine, I feel it would be different with my little girl or my little boy,
100%.
if I'm honest.
So you let a girl stay over before you let a boy stay over?
No, don't get me wrong, I'll have to keep that rule the same.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it wouldn't be fair on Layla to say, oh, well,
Tyler,
Tyler's allowed his girlfriend to stay, but you're not allowed your boyfriend to stay at the same when they get to the same age.
But
So I'd have to be strict with that.
Tyler, go and stay at theirs.
Yes. no, yeah. And Layla, you're not staying up.
Yeah.
But and I think that's what it was. But like my dad's touched on from me, I think either way, like in the scenario that I was sitting, like if anyone's under the age of sex, then it's illegal. That's a perfect reason not to have it, and what you could give your children why you don't want them to have it. I think it's the society's changed a bit where talking about sex is a lot more open now, and you would actually do it. And like even at my kid's age, like Layla's going to be 9 in November, Tyler's turned 11, Tyler's going to high school in September, so I knew in year 5 they did sex education and spoke about it. So now I found that just the conversation in my house has changed a bit. So whereas before you'd say taggle and foo-foo to talk about your private parts, now it's a
Say
penis.
what? Taggle?
Yeah, taggle. Yeah, that's not me. That's what Laura came up with. Whereas my dad always taught me from when I was younger. It's your penis.
It's a dick.
Yeah.
No, not a dick. It's your penis.
It's a willy.
It's a penis. So, and he's always taught me what the words are.
Yeah.
As funny as we laugh about it, it's good to have that conversation with your children, because then I don't want them. Yeah, it removes the stigma from it, and plus they would then actually come up to you and have conversations with you. And plus, as weird as it sounds, at a young age, one of the things that bothered me, or not bothered me, but I was fearful of with my kids, is that they may get abused and not be able to report it back to me, or not know how to report that back to me. Whereas if you know, and they might get no, don't tell people that I've touched this. I'm open with them and saying to them if anyone comes near you, don't matter who it is, I need to know. Do you know what I mean? And that's why it's about pointing out and saying what things are actually called, because if someone else calls it, or someone says something to you, a certain word, they're aware of what that is then, and then they can come back and present that to me, rather than being confused about what everything is. Do you know what I mean?
I think also on as well as the safety aspect of it, like I think the fact that if you just do also talk with your children open and honestly about sex, that's just hold on. But my point is that if you have a conversation from young about sex and all things sex, then it also removes that, let's go out and have sex to find out what it's about. You know what I'm saying? And I think having a conversation is very, very, very important, and to have it open and honestly as well. Like, don't try and fluff around it
and make it funny, make it like it's a real weird thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Now, like you man are lucky, because you can probably still have sex and get away with it in your household, female permitted. Whereas in mine, like my kids are older, so that didn't happen.
So when,
like,
so they know when Dad gets a look in his eyes, like
that can't happen. It can't, because if any noise or whatever is coming, like especially Tyler now, he's getting to that age where he's gonna be aware of things. So I'm like, I don't want to be. Do you know what I mean?
Clapping cheeks.
But
Clapping cheeks and then
kids come bursting into
Anton
your room.
moaning. Are you again, Dad?
Well, do you know children, the way they are, and if you've got an open household, the kids will just come bursting into your room.
Yeah,
at any point,
true.
so as a parent, you have to be sort of responsible.
Yeah, 100%.
and But then also though, when you do have this conversation with your children, and you're explaining to them about their bodily parts and calling them by the correct names, but also the reason why, or one of the reasons why you should be having this conversation, and is to let them know the pitfalls of having sex. Yeah. Because if you're not gonna have that full conversation, then I tell Anton, listen, when you go out there, don't trouble no girl.
That's what you say.
That's the same way I said, don't trouble no girl, because.
You go on one sec though. Let me interject a sec. Because my dad's making out like he's real fucking sensitive. That's not the case. I'll be getting ready to go out, and they'll be like, "Where you off? Don't be going out there troubling no girl, I don't know pregnant. If you do not have a pregnant girl turn up at my house about a baby, and it's yours. You get me? Don't let that happen to you. Don't let that happen to you. Just protect. Look after yourself.
Yo.
Wear this.
Nah.
Put on this coat. It's raining. but I had that same conversation with my daughters. Not quite the same way, but with my daughters as well. I let them know. Listen, this can happen. This is a real thing. So you need to be aware of it. And something. If you got two younger children. Under the age of and you're gonna allow your children to, like, your girlfriend, boyfriend, stop upstairs, and they're both underage, or one's barely underage and the one's just about legal. So then what now?
You're just giving the temptation.
Yeah,
Well, you're giving them the
it's setting
temptation,
up
but
your
then
trap.
what next? Now you're gonna give this young man who's coming to the house to sleep at your house with your daughter. You're gonna give him a condom, or other than that,
No, I get it, I get it.
you know, are you gonna give that your daughter birth control?
Yeah.
But then you shouldn't be giving it because again, that's against the law because she's underage. So
If you're allowing them to be together
Yeah.
alone upstairs,
yeah,
and you've
well,
got
oh,
your
just kiss,
relating
just kiss,
temptation.
and no, nothing beyond kissing and maybe a bit of touching. No, you know what I mean?
No. I'm not giving permission for no touch. Listen, you don't need to be upstairs in my house. It's unnecessary to be upstairs. What you upstairs for?
100%.
What are you upstairs? What are you doing upstairs? What you can't do downstairs? Do you know what I mean? That's the question I'm asking.
I want some alone time, like just me and Joshua together.
Go in the garden.
Yeah, you can see you sit your ass in that lounge. Yeah? You sit in that lounge. I'm in the kitchen. Yeah, or you see the indoor CCTV.
Because all jokes aside, we've all explained how
100%.
difficult it is having kids in general.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? So why would you want to set up your child for that when you're younger? Yo, I've said it since I've had a kid, like, I'm one step closer to be a granddad. Do you get me?
That is a good point, that, you know.
And that's just faithful in itself.
Well, it is at our age.
Yeah, because I feel like we did. I feel like we did things responsibly, and it's like having the grandkids and that grandfather or grandchild and relationship was more of a grandchild relationship. I feel like if the kid has a child too younger,
Yeah, you become a
then
parent.
you become a parent again.
Yeah, no, it's
parent
true
again.
that. It's
You
true
ain't
that.
got time for that when you're supposed to be starting to enjoy like your retirement.
Yeah, no, it's
or
true. It's
getting
true.
closer to
Or
your
even the
goal,
fact that
getting
they've
your life
got
back in it.
yeah, exactly,
You know?
exactly, yeah.
And then you're gonna have to be looking after another kid.
Yeah, no, it's true that.
Autumn turned 16. She's finally got some independence. I'm chilling. You get me? Now she wants to bring kid to my yard.
Yeah.
I've got to be dad all over again because she can't be no more.
Yeah.
And the repercussions of that also is for the girl herself because she financially pay for that child, you know, and also her life progression, you know, that's not if she had plans
Yeah,
to
it's
go,
gonna get
you know,
paused,
to go college or university or you know, and then you've got a child as well, and then also the parent, like you were just saying, you know, is the parent able to take up that role? There's loads of repercussions and some choices you don't have to put yourself in a position where you have to make that choice.
Yeah, it's
you
true.
know,
It's true.
and if you can prevent yourself being in that position in the first place, then wouldn't that be the most sensible thing to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to ask Klaus what age you let him Remy.
I'm not giving him permission. I don't think I'm setting an age.
Nah,
Right,
Remy does what
really.
he wants
Were
anyway.
you allowed to bring?
Not because he does what he wants, but I don't feel like I'd be setting an age because I feel like setting an age is making it like it's okay now.
Once you
Hit
think
that
he's
age,
ready, mature enough, and trust him enough, would you let him?
I think
About
he will.
25.
I think he will know when it's okay for him to do it, based on how things go
Were you allowed to
between now and then.
we had to bring girls back and stay over at your house.
No.
I don't think we didn't ask the question, if you know what I mean,
yeah.
to actually know where we just presumed that we wasn't in it, because, like, that was the situation, innit? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you probably thought it was this would be a very silly question to ask my parents.
Well,
Definitely.
It was just funny because
I was even allowed to stay at people's house, never mind, like,
see now that's the thing.
unless it was family, I couldn't just stay at my friend's house and all those things.
My parents didn't like me staying out, but they didn't mind people
Coming.
staying over.
Yeah, I get that.
And I guess it's the whole like similar to what we're saying. Obviously, if it's in my house, then I feel like I have some sort of
Control
over it. Now, for me, for example, I wasn't allowed to bring girl. I didn't even ask the question until about 16, and I was with I had a girlfriend,
Long term,
and I was with her for 2 years, and then my
Long term.
that's 16.
That's long term, that, you know. That's time, man. That's time. That's a while, that's a while.
2 years. And my dad was finally like, "God, listen, it makes no sense you keep coming over and staying late, and then me going to pick you up from her house late." You know, I think we're there now. Do you know what I mean? And it wasn't like every girl I could bring to the yard and stay over, because every girl that came in the yard, my dad had to meet. So
100%.
I can't introduce my dad to every girl. Do you know what I mean? So you only ever brought home the ones that made sense. So I think at the point is, what I'm trying to say is that I feel like teenagers are gonna be teenagers, and we need to find some way which works for us and them. Based on similar to what you were saying, is obviously we can do our job as instilling the values and the self-respect and sex and whatever. Having a relationship is a very important thing, but we also need to then also figure out some way. And there's no right or wrong way for it, but figure out a way to allow them, if the time is right, they're mature enough, they're grown enough to figure it out. Now, I am saying all that to be politically correct because I will tell you this for a fact, similar to what you said, Anton. Autumn has no reason to be anywhere with another person than the front room, while she is going through puberty or whatever. Listen, there's nothing you can't do in that lounge that you need to be doing. And if you do need to be in that bedroom, you do not need the door.
You don't need a door. Let me just take this door off the hinges.
I'm taking the door.
So it's not even a question when it comes to the time.
There's nothing that you are doing in my house, darling, okay? That's obviously, there'll be a million comments on, you can't do that, I don't want my daughter, as you say, no, it's not happening. Now, my son, on the other hand, it would be, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be 100% honest.
No,
I'm going to be honest, right? If I had 2 boys, different to me having a boy and a girl, okay? Because I'm not going to show my daughter and my son inequality. They're going to get the same thing.
Exactly.
Right? Because that's just the right thing to do. It's not what I want to do. My son, go
on, kid, go on.
Listen, yo, J-Mo sent these, bro. But okay, if I've got a girl now, so the boys have to go up with the same rules. It's simple as that, right? It's simple as that. But if I had 2 boys, it would be different. I'm going to be honest, it would be, and it's not right, but it would be.
There's whether it's an unconscious, there's an equality.
Yeah.
If you've got a boy and a girl, there's going to be, because you're more,
because your boy can't come home pregnant. Let's just be honest.
Well, there's that. But also, as fathers, you kind of like, you got this sort of feeling, this like that.
Got to protect your little girl.
You don't want this smelly young kid, scruffy.
Plus, sorry to interrupt. But can we be honest, right? For a minute, as men, we know what we were like as teenagers.
Oh yeah, dirty.
Okay.
Dirty.
We know what we were like as teenagers.
And you don't want your daughter being around someone like you.
Like
yourself.
Whoa. Someone like you. When I was a teenager, when I was teenager,
you want better for your child than you in it. Like you obviously, you think you're like the epitome of a male, according to your child. Yeah. So then in reality, you want someone like better than you. So you're not good enough for your child.
So good. But this is what my point is. That was my upbringing. Yeah. Dad can put it down to him if you like. But I wasn't into that at that age when I was 16, 17. Do you know what I mean?
What?
30.
30.
You want now?
No, not into them things.
Yeah, but that's good. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's what it was. Testament to your father, because there's a lot of teenage boys who are like that. You get me? Who will chat your daughter's business. I wasn't because I wasn't getting on at that age. I had nothing to smell. Yeah. If I'm being honest,
and this is what my point is though. I think it was that. I'm not sure if it was just that I was innocent, that wasn't on my radar, but I had no girls like me. I don't know what it was, but I had other interests though. You get me? I had other things that I was doing at that time, I suppose. And then it was only once I had left school, and then that's when I started to, do you know what I mean? Explore that side and like start looking at girls like that, and you know what I mean? Went to a party with Carlos, like my first girlfriend.
I remember.
Hmm?
No names mentioned.
No names.
Carlos knows. Everyone knows.
Guess it didn't last then.
No, it did actually. I was with her on and off. I was there for a few years.
Oh.
Anyway. So we can go around ages because I think we probably need to wrap up now anyway. So you give? Did you actually give an age?
I wouldn't give an age. Because
So you're
then
just
that
not
would
putting an
set-
age because then it's not coming because it's not like I'm 17 now, Dad. You said.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. What about you?
When you move out, innit? When they move out, and then when they're in a relationship, what they feel like is the one for them, then yeah, you can by all means you can come and stay at the house, innit? Stay at the house, innit?
Oh, see,
Stay
once they
over.
moved out, so if they're not actually
Because
living in
obviously,
your house,
imagine if they've moved out and they've got a woman, then they're staying with each other anyway.
Yeah,
So just
yeah.
say, for example, like you don't live in the city.
Mm.
If they lived in it elsewhere and
Yeah,
then they
but
was
then
coming back
I
to
can't
visit.
lie. I'm looking to come stay at my mum and dad's house and beat.
Well, exactly. So I'm saying they can stay over. They don't
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah,
mean
yeah,
that
yeah.
they're going to be beaten because
Okay.
they got their own gaff to do that. Do you get me? So it's
Fair
nothing
enough.
to come
because
home.
it's not coming
and
under your
do-
roof.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just never.
Basically.
Basically,
I'm
never.
not saying never, obviously. I'm saying this now, but obviously it just
But-
depends, innit?
And I'm just saying, with high house prices, people are living at home a lot longer than what there was many years ago.
When I say move out, it could be for like uni purposes, anything. Do you
Ah,
get me?
right, okay, sweet.
So,
Mine
you
is
know.
mine is just not in my house. Thank you. I don't think I could handle it. I don't think I handle the space. Tyler, yeah. Layla, no. So
But wouldn't you
because it's one for one, I can't just do it.
Wouldn't you rather have like knowing that Layla has like a committed like boyfriend or something and was doing
So
that?
commit and show me how committed you are by not doing that.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, she's
Okay.
married.
She's married. Then why are you still in my house?
You said, man,
Yeah,
house
you just
price.
said it.
Yeah, that's what house price. So if you and your husband have got money to go and get married, yeah, you better stage up for a house.
Wait, listen. Father of the bride.
What's that got to do with me?
Pay for the wedding.
Nah, that's that. Nah.
No, no.
Anxiety attack, bro.
Nah. That's dead. That doesn't happen no more.
No.
Does that happen?
No, you got to contribute.
Yeah,
I'll
both
help.
sides
Yeah,
contribute.
you're helping, but are you paying?
No. I mean, you guys. I mean, you know what? I go halves pretty much.
Yeah.
But you need to make a substantial contribution.
Whoa, jeez.
Yeah.
Substantial contribution, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So
Anton, save up, bro.
But,
it's all about for his daughters, man.
It's father of the bride. Isn't it?
So Father of the bride.
All of them.
All of them.
All of
All of us. Yeah. I joke.
That's nice.
Yeah, but nah. If you don't need to be married, innit? Nah.
You don't-
If you're married, you need to have a house, innit? What you doing? How are you marrying someone that you're not lived with before? Anyway,
That's what you did back in the day, innit? Like, you used to move out into the matrimonial house together.
That's what I'm saying. And get to know each other. Oh, matrimonial house.
Yeah, you move out after your
Yeah,
marriage.
now we've moved on since then. So what age are you talking about? We've done you.
Well, actually, no. If I have to answer that question in a more practical sense, because your younger brother, my youngest son, now he was the last one left at
My
home.
favourite.
Does what he fucking wants.
He was the last one left at home, and not a favourite, you know, just is, and just. Yeah. So he's the
It's not my favourite, but it just is.
just is, yeah, because he was there.
Oh, is a favourite.
No, I'm not joining them two words.
No. We know who's his favourite.
So, with him being at home, right, and he's the last one there, and he, I'd say at an age of somewhere between 25 and 28. No,
He's
bit
29.
bit younger now, actually. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sort of a 24 to a 27, let's say, right? That he did have a girlfriend who he was with for a good while, and she did stay over, and
Did you know? Oh.
yeah, but I didn't. But as far as anything happening in that room, well, I wouldn't know, and I didn't want to know. But he knew how to act
Yeah,
responsibly.
respect. Yeah.
Yeah, he knew how to act responsibly. So with that being the case, if I have to give an age, I'd have to give the age of
24?
24. But something of that ilk, you know, somewhere in that range, you know. Jace.
Never.
Never.
Nah, never, man. There's no reason for you to be in my yard. Fucking. Like.
See, do you know what? Do you know why you guys feel like this,
Got a minute
right?
left.
You guys feel like this because you're young.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
true. I'm mature.
Time will turn. No, it's when they grow up and then you know what your child's
Your
like.
child is you can
Yeah.
base off the
Yeah.
character. If your child's like an unruly kid and he's out there just you're
Sticking about, then you know he's gonna be. Yeah.
Facts.
Nah, but you know what? I think we need to wrap up now. By everyone's waving. But yeah, thank you for joining us, Pops.
Yeah, thank you
Much
very much.
appreciated.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
And it's been great. Thank you. Please subscribe, like, share, tell a friend. It's been a pleasure. My name's Anton.
It's me, Dash, my son's favourite dad.
And it's me, Simply Dad.
Rasta
Dad.
Jason.
And J-Mo.